Hi, Manny Fitzsimmons. I'm your Washington REALTORS legal hotline lawyer. Today's question comes to you from the legal hotline mailbag. I need to read this question to you because the question as it's asked is important to understand. Question. Broker is hoping to list property, and prior to the listing going active, broker will help seller remodel and will remodel for seller a bathroom in seller's home. The remodeling may include plumbing, electrical, and structural work. Broker has only a real estate license. Can broker do this work for seller? Second part of the question. In a different situation, seller has agreed to perform Form 35R repair requests for buyer. Can the listing broker personally make those repairs for seller? Again, broker has only a real estate license. Answer to the question, hopefully, everyone watching this video knows that the answer to that question is absolutely not. Broker, if you don't have a contractor's license, then you are in violation of the Contractor Registration Act if you perform repair work on seller's home. You are creating enormous liability for yourself and your firm. Bright line, no, you cannot do that. If the answer is that simple, why is it worthy of a video? Because I want to use that question to expand the topic of discussion. Because what happens more often is that the broker doesn't actually do the work, but the broker serves as a general contractor for work that needs to be done. And that is also a violation of the Contractor Registration Act. Here's what happens often. Seller agrees to make, let's just take the example in the question. They're going to remodel a bathroom. And so it will require a framing contractor to do some repair to the wooden framing portion of the property. It will require a plumber to do some work. It will require a contractor to bring in the fixtures themselves and install them. Maybe that's the plumber. It will require another contractor to come in and do some tile work. There will be some electrical work because we're going to upgrade the fans and the light fixtures and maybe even the electrical system in the bathroom itself. In other words, there's a number of contractors involved. Seller is out of state, or seller is busy, seller doesn't know how to do this, and so listing broker says, don't worry, I'm going to get you through the process. And so listing broker helps the seller by contacting a contractor to do the framing work, contacting a plumber to do the plumbing work, gets them into the property, provides access, lets them know whether the work was sufficient or not sufficient, no tile installer, this doesn't look good, you got to come back, you got to do it again, whatever. The seller is the one entering the contract with the vendors, paying the vendors, but the listing broker is serving in this context as a general contractor, which is a violation of the Contractor Registration Act. Listing brokers, you can't do that unless you have a contractor's license. When your seller needs help with a major remodel project, that's an opportunity for you to do what the agency law requires you to do, which is to advise your client to seek the advice of an expert in areas that exceed the scope of broker's expertise. The agency law is very clear. Again, every broker has a duty to advise their client to seek the advice of an expert in areas that exceed the scope of broker's expertise. Brokers, when it comes to performing the services of a general contractor that exceeds the scope of your expertise, you may be abundantly competent to do that work, but you're not licensed and you're not insured to do that work. And to do that work is a violation of Washington law. So instead, as much as you want to help the seller, and I know this industry is built by people who want to help buyers and help sellers accomplish their goals. That's what realtors do. You solve problems for your client day after day after day. This is a problem you cannot solve for your seller. All that you can do is advise your seller to seek the assistance of a general contractor. Or if they want to hire the framing contractor and the plumber and the electrician themselves, go for it, seller. But I can't do that for you. I can't coordinate the work. I can't oversee the work. You've got to do all of that or hire somebody to do it for you. If you have questions on this or any other topic, send an email to me, legalhotline@warealtor.org. Thank you for being a Washington REALTORS member.